I'ma play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood folk.
Punk it up.
Hey Ward 8, as most of us know already, the Joker has slipped his name back in the race. You know, I like the little dude and all that, right? And I think he's a hell of a leader for the people over here at Ward 8, but in all fairness, I want to tell you my opinion why I think it's a bad idea for Trey to get back in the race and not deal with his legal problems first. But before we get into that, I'm going to let this intro drop and we're going to get right into it.
You don't need no introduction. Living legends in the building. Hey, tell me how you feeling. A DJ's in the building. I said, tell me how you feeling. A living legend.
Treyon Whites says he's planning to run in a Ward 8 special election meant to replace him after his expulsion from the D.C. Council. Now, White is facing a federal bribery investigation. He's accused of accepting tens of thousands of dollars to steer city contracts within a D.C. neighborhood safety office. Just a few days ago, the former deputy director of that office, Dana McDaniel, pleaded guilty on a similar charge. But Treyon White maintains his innocence, and he's now joining a very crowded field to try to reclaim his seat this July. Our Rebecca Turco has been on the story for us. So, Rebecca, what does Treyon White have to say about all of this?
Well, he still hasn't gotten back to me several hours later, so all we know at this point is what he said on social media, that his re-election campaign starts today. Now, as far as who's on that campaign, that's what's unclear right now. But what is clear is he still has voter support, even with the naysayers.
All right, let's get into it so I can get out of here. I got a baseball game to go to. My boy in a baseball game today, so it is what it is. All right, so my main concern about Treyon getting back in his race is one thing in particular. He got that pending case. And see, anybody know, like I know, if you got a case, man, a lot of times that joint requires your undivided attention. So now, you going to trial in December. Your trial's supposed to kick off early 2026. They're supposed to do the jury selection sometime at the end of December. So, with that being the case, okay, let's say we gonna say worst case scenario. Let's say for instance, Trey go to trial. And for some odd reason, they find him guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. So what that means for Ward 8. So that would mean that Trey is in office a convicted felon. Meaning he committed his felony act while he was in office. Not like Trump. A lot of people keep saying Trump got 34 felonies, Trump got 34 felonies. Hey, we're going to leave him out of this for a minute. We're going to deal with our situation right now, what we got going on right now in Ward 8. All right. You see, if you catch a felony in the capacity of your office, you could never, ever hold a public office again. So let that, so Trey think he's making a comeback. All right, now he going to make a comeback. Phil Middleton and them done already said, soon as he get elected, they're going to expel him again. I'm not even going to tell him his course of action to gate all that. See, Trey be talking to a lot of people. He swear he's a real one. The feds proved that he was a real one. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, he's definitely a real one. They definitely proved he wanted to prove so bad that he was a real one, real one, real one, real one, real one. But guess what? They got a place for us real ones. You know, I don't think he ever been there. I don't think he want to go there. I don't think he built for going there. You can't go in there, motherfucker, shuckle and jive and think things gonna fall your way. Cause see, inside them Jones, they ain't got no Section 8 baby mothers from Ward 8 that's gonna run around like cheerleaders with pom-poms talking about Trey. Now, let's deal with Ward 8, Trey. If you care so much about us over here in Ward 8, you know you're going to be ineffective if you get re-elected in this special election. And then you got the possibility of getting found guilty. Then get removed from office 3 times. The first time in history somebody ever got moved from office, the DC Council. It's the first time you got removed. Then they held a special, then they expelled you. That's the second time. I apologize. Let me slow it down. You got charged. You won the election. They expelled you. You're going to run in this special election. Can't nobody beat Treyon White over here. You the name brand. Can't nobody beat you over here. That just shows how selfish you is. That's why you waited so long to get in the race. You caused all us 18 candidates to get in this race and exhaust our resources at a shot at winning that office, only for you to lean back and wait for the last minute to jump in there after we done committed and start spending our resources and getting in this race. Because a lot of us wouldn't have got in this race if Trey was in that race. Let's just be real, because can't nobody beat Trey over here. It's like the devil going in the Baptist church trying to beat Jesus. That's not happening. And if you go in the Baptist church talking bad about Jesus, they're going to crucify you. Just like if you come over here in Ward 8 talk bad about Treyon White, they're going to crucify you. But the Joker done crucified himself because he didn't use his recourse. All of us know you got a recourse, especially all us that's been dealing with the system. But see, he's a rookie at this. See, when y'all get those opportunities to go to college and get away from the streets, I don't understand why y'all guys come back and try so hard to prove to the streets that you a real one. You wasn't built for this. That's why y'all went to school. And then when y'all get in office, y'all try to be slick, try to be scheming and conniving. Y'all don't know how to move. Trey don't know how to move. He moved like a man. He ain't moved right on that whole situation. Any real one would have known how to move in that situation. And then you got all these real ones around you. Ain't nobody pull your coat and say, nah, Slim, you ain't supposed to move like that. But nah, you probably was trying to be slick and not tell them because you knew they was going to lean on you for that bread. But see, you needed to stay in your lane. Just like right now, you done got in my way. We'll be over here at the big chair tomorrow campaigning. I'm going to be campaigning. I ain't giving up because you're in a race. My idea is to get you to accept the fact that you are not the best option for Ward 8. And I want you to drop out of the race and put your support behind me. All these people you got over here that support you and all that, you need to put them behind me. We need to get in office. And then you got a real one in this case you need something. A real one to answer the phone and make sure you're all right. Anybody know me know I'm a real one. And then, nah, Trey, it's time for you to move on, cuz. It's time for you to move on. I know you ain't respond. You never respond. I'm going to tell you my beef with you, Trey. Just so people know I've had a beef with you now for about 5-6 years. Real live. We was working over in Waller Place with me and one of my good men, I got construction coming. We was over there building an iron fence, put one up for one of my customers or whatever, over there in Waller Place. And my helper say, hey, L, that's the dude Treyon White over there. I say, man, we over here working, cuz. We over here where we belong. We over here being who we supposed to be. Now, if he is who he say he is, he's going to be that person. He's going to come over here and he's going to ask us, black business owners in Ward 8, what type of resources can he provide in order to assist us to move further so that we can aid and assist the young men coming out of school with no trades. That's what I do, Trey. I actually take these guys and I teach them to be men. I'm talking about real men. They ain't got to be real them junks, but I teach them to be real men. How to take care of themselves and everything that they call theirs, whether it's their woman, their child, their girlfriend, their car, their home, anything. I teach them this is a man's responsibility. I got plenty of men out there that I know and they know, and we all stood up together as men. They wasn't, we worked together. They didn't work for me. I train bosses. Everybody I done deal with is a boss. I train bosses. And I run into them in traffic. I see them doing well. We wave hands and all that. I can't get them to help me no more because they bosses. After they done got this lesson, they done moved on. But it's them youngins, them ones that's in junior high. I ain't talking about the ones in Baloo. I'm talking about the ones in junior high school. That's when we not starting to introduce in these vocational trades and things like that because everybody built for college. Now, if we introduce that to them boys in junior high school, by the time they graduate high school, they can enter into an apprenticeship program right out the gate and start getting paid. That way we don't have Good Hope Road, Martin Luther King Avenue, Minnesota Avenue full of us out there. And so when somebody come through and they need some help, do some work or whatever, our guys should be qualified to do much more than push a broom. Now, let's get to this situation. I done talked to plenty of old people, just like earlier today I was at a meeting with the faith leaders of Ward 7 and 8. They spoke how Trey, when he first got the case, how he went to the Christian community, the black Christian community, how they rallied behind him, prayed for him, put hands on him, gave him support. Then he got expelled. I'm at the meeting today. A lot of them said they was praying for justice, 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 justice. They don't know if he did it or not. All they wanted was justice to be served. So then they see an Instagram post. He pull up, I guess it was the end of Ramadan or whatever. He pulled up with a bunch of Muslim brothers, and then, you know, he announced his candidacy against their council. Everybody council Trey told him it's not a good idea to run if you truly love Ward 8. Now, let's get to the elderly people that's living in these Section 8 units, low-income housing, that the landlords ain't been over there in 10, 15 years to do no work when the landlords were still getting paid. What happened to the oversight? Somebody need, before the city cut those checks to those landlords, somebody need to go through there and inspect those units and make sure them joints up to par before they issue out checks, which y'all issuing checks anyway. All right, that's that one. Oh, man. Then we got these mothers over here that's living off of Section 8. Not even thinking about getting a job, not even thinking about doing anything but having more kids. Then they got the young guys who don't have no valuable trades. They come up there, lay up on them, knock them up, get them pregnant. And next thing you know, she had 3 or 4 kids, and they all live in the Section 8. The fathers ain't nowhere to be found. The fathers don't know how to do nothing. So then the fathers hanging out on these corners. They gonna try their best way in the world to survive. They might pull a jump. And next thing you know, they locked up. Now we got another household full of kids without fathers. See, that's what the thing is. We need the fathers, we need the men to be men, and we need our leaders to lead. See, now is the time for us men, the real men, to stand up and lead this race, man. Because we got bad actors that pretend like they got our best interests at heart, but the whole time they only thinking about their own agenda. They're trying to advance to the next level. Like, you know, some people might have used the school board to catapult themselves to the DC Council. Then they thought that was going to catapult them to the mayor's race. And we sat back and laughed at this dude thinking he's going to win the mayor's race, and all he knows is Ward 8. There's 7 more districts, 7 more wards in this town. I'm from Northwest. I done lived in Northeast. I done lived in Southwest. Now I done been over in Ward 8 for the last 7, 8 years. So I know the city. I'm a city dude. I'm a real DC dude. You go around this town, I know everybody. Trey know me. I done called him out 1,000 times. The only thing that made me lean up off Trey, his mother got in the conversation, and I refuse to disrespect anybody's mother, no matter who they is, no matter how big they are, how small they are. You know, Trey a little dude. That joker little is on or what. I couldn't disrespect his mother, but I would have told my mother, "Ma, I got this. This is a man's fight." His mother came to his defense and spoke on his behalf. I couldn't say nothing to that lady. I mean, she seems like to be a sweet, beautiful lady. And I love I love everybody. Everybody know I love everybody. But look, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, because that's my 9. I've been on here for 11 to 5 minutes. And it's time for me to get up out of here, because I got some other stuff I need to do. Plus, my boy got a game today, baseball game, Dunbar playing. I believe they playing up Bell, wherever they playing at. But I'll be there. But look, this is what we do, right? I need y'all like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And y'all make sure Trey see this jump. And Trey, this message is for you. I need you to step out of this race and get out of everybody's way. Get out of Ward's 8 way. Because, man, we starting to progress without you. As you see, just because you got expelled, whatever they want to call it, 18 other people stepped up to take your job. So, man, you ain't the only one that could do that job, Slim. And you know, whenever vacuum opens up, you're just going to get filled. And we're going to feel that, Joe. See, we need real leadership, Slim. I'm a real leader. I don't know what you are. You walk around here with these pep rallies. I call them pep rallies, these photo ops and all that. Every time somebody gets shot, killed, ran over, or robbed or something, you show up, boo, 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 boo. But let somebody call your office and got a true issue of concern that ain't going to make the news. They ain't man, you ain't going to answer the phone. I got records and emails that show I've been reaching out to the Constituent Services Award 8 for the last 6, 7 years. Trying to figure out why we got all these contractors over here that look Hispanic or whatever they are, working without a license, building on properties without permits. But every time I go to do something, the city pull up, they stop me, ask for my license, ask for the permit. If I ain't got it, they gonna fine me, take my license, or whatever they gonna do, they gonna punish me. So it's not fair. So Trey, listen, go home, man. Concentrate on your case. You in the feds, man. Everybody know what their conviction rate is over there. And you ain't savvy enough to navigate that system. Because you don't know the ins and the outs. Because I sat there and watched you and your lawyer tell the DC Council that they wasn't authorized to expel you, only to watch you get expelled. I sit here and watch this case the whole time. The council, your colleagues were reaching out to you to get your side of the story. You refused to even communicate with them. Then you come down here with an attitude like I call these niggas horrified. 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 Now, you can take that word how you want. But, yeah, man. That's some horrified shit you doing, man, jumping in this race, man. You need to go ahead and step out, man. Go on, concentrate on your case, man, and hope and pray you can win that jump. Because of what it look like, man. Man, they going, man, I'm out. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure Trey see this jump. Man, let's get it.
You got a big mouth. Say what? You got a big mouth. Say it, y'all. Say it, y'all. You got a big mouth. Who got a big mouth? You got a big mouth. A big mouth. You got a big